Good morning, everybody. It's wonderful Wednesday, 29th of April, 2020, and this is my 31st live video. Now, just before I kind of launch into Wonderful Wednesday, it was interesting that I chose the wonderful, I think I was at last night. Anyway, it dawned on me, well, I hadn't actually forgotten about it, but actually this was the last time I ever heard my gorgeous son Bruce's voice. 6 years ago today, he phoned me and I was working in London. I didn't take the call and I was busy during the workshop, and then I phoned him at lunch. Now, he never answered my phone, but this time he did answer it. And he said, "Oh, are you okay?" I said, "Yes, I'm fine." And I said, "I'm in London." "Yes." I said, "I'll see you on Friday." And he said, "Well, don't worry about things, Mum. Everything's going to be okay. It's wonderful." And actually, he committed suicide on the 5th of May. So I have that anniversary to come up to. But it was interesting that I know he could never have coped with, he took everything on board and he would never have been able to cope with everybody's angst and the anxieties that were going through. He seemed to suck up everybody's worries himself. So he's now at peace, and thank you very much for giving me that message. So, I think we have to feel wonderful, and we have to feel wonderful about ourselves, and it's all about feeling good. And it's feeling good about yourself, feeling beautiful, and I'm meaning like on the inside, and not talking about makeup. I think I put some on today and got some lippy, but it's not about that. It's about feeling good inside. So I'm going to share some simple techniques to make you feel wonderful about yourself. Yes, simple techniques as always. Those who know me, I'm not keen on jargon or long academic words, and certainly not at this time in the morning and during this pandemic. Guess what? It's all about your mind. The power of the mind is stunning, and the more powerful, it really is more powerful than you can ever imagine. Now, before the tips, I thought I would kind of revisit the shapes from yesterday. I think at one point I said sharing the shapes and sharing your strengths with the family. There's nothing worse. I meant actually nothing better. What I meant, it's nothing worse than being labelled. So don't label your family and friends as, oh, they've got this, they've got that. I meant that sharing is good and sharing is caring. So I thought that for those who were watching and listening, obviously, if you haven't heard it before, you can revisit. My videos are all on YouTube. So first of all, those who chose the squiggle. Now that's fantastic, but I'm going to ask all the squiggles today to do a little exercise and focus on making a list, but making a very small list. Only say maybe 4 things and then follow through on maybe just 2 of them and just focus on these. Don't let your head get invaded by all the ideas they might have. Now, those who chose a circle, that's fantastic as well. But I want you to imagine that a situation where you're working alone, you're not seeing people, you're not going to be with people. So that could be you're maybe at a computer, maybe just alone all day, or a truck driver even, or someone who's planting trees maybe in the middle of nowhere. Now, just imagine that you're not going to be able to have people all around you. And for these people, I want you to imagine this, and then to put yourself at your ease, I want you to take the deep breath in and just be thankful that you're alive, which is excellent in these times at the moment, and be at peace with yourself. Be still. So if you're that person who's the squiggle, do that. If you choose a triangle, now that's fantastic too. Now you notice I'm saying everybody's fantastic. Every one of you, no matter your shape, is fantastic. So if you're a triangle, then I want you to consider, think of a time when you worked with others, whether it's family or work, and you got your own way. Did you get your own way? So I want you to think about maybe did you take other people's ideas into consideration? maybe not. Maybe you just wanted to get to the goal quickly. So I want you to maybe bring more of your squiggle in, lots of ideas in. And in fact, one of the ways of helping do this is often with a child. You can actually, children are just wonderful to watch doing a puzzle or doing something that's maybe slightly difficult. I know I do this. I want to jump in and solve it for them, but you have to hold back. So the triangles have to hold back, let them reach their own solution. And you can do this obviously at any time. Now for the rectangles and squares, I'm just kind of going to lump them together because they're similarly focused people with good admin sort of skills and organisation skills, and they are fantastic people as well. We need every one of you, but what I want them to do is bring out their creativity. I want them to draw, paint, don't be as organised. Instead of having maybe your list that you've got to do, in fact, sort of either rip up the list or cut it up into little bits, put it into a bucket and just pick one of the tasks that you want to do out. And even if it's something that you'd normally do at the end of the day, you're going to do it now. So it's kind of bringing your world into a bit topsy-turvy. But that will get you kind of out and thinking of new ideas and being more open-minded to what's around you. And as I say, you can achieve something different every day by doing these things. It's kind of right brain, left brain activity. So the logical people have to bring in their more creative side, and the creative people have to be maybe more sort of logic. So you're doing the opposite of your dominant shape. And when you do that, it allows you to see things from another perspective. Remember, when you're all living together, it's, as I said, if you do sort of share the shapes with people in your family or people in teams, then you can find out what the other people are. Now, can you imagine if you're both squiggles or the whole family is a squiggle? Life will be so topsy-turvy. I mean, just everybody's ideas will be throwing into the pot and maybe you get nothing done. Think about maybe everybody being a triangle. You'll all be wanting your own way and going, no, I don't want to do it your way. I want to do it my way. So it's interesting. Now, if you're maybe all squares or boxes, you've got to be so organised. Now, can you imagine a box living with a squiggle? You're the organised one and they just want to do everything, whatever comes to mind. So you've got to be tolerant of each other, respect each other, and of course, be kind to each other. And be grateful for the talents and the strengths that you have. So hopefully that sort of helps. And it's really just all about compromise and cooperation. So back to Wonderful Wednesday and some of the tips here. Now we've heard them. I feel like my broken record coming back here. But posture is one. So, and I was kind of slouching there a bit. So posture is one. And so I'm going to digress just now because I know that lots of people will be they're getting depressed. There'll be really so much negative news. You need to stop watching all of that. But it is interesting that I was looking at the news this morning and there's somebody helping, obviously. And they were interviewed and it was like, yes, and I'm one of these people that... Now, immediately I saw her with that facial expression, I was depressed. And then they interviewed an American student, I think, and she's stuck in Glasgow. She's a student and away from her family. And they interviewed her and her face was just all smiles. I mean, she was saying, yes, it's difficult and I don't like being away from my family. But, seeing her face and her smile just uplifted me. So again, remember, I'll stress that again at the end, smile. So when you're talking or doing anything, try and have that smile on your face and you feel better. And that brings me back to my first tip. Sorry, I would go off at a tangent. That's my squiggle. So posture is important. There is psychology research and you all need to know that when you stand or sit erect and your shoulders back, you actually feel more confident. And if you're doing it just now, you've gone from that to, right, I'm ready to face the day. There's a confidence and a self-assuredness that comes out. It's absolutely amazing. And that's just a simple thing. So when children are young, I noticed, in fact, my grandchild, one of them is very tall and she's probably taller. There's a few tall people in our class, but she's maybe the tallest. And I noticed that for a while she was like, kind of creeping around, almost folding the shoulders, because we want to be not as tall, we want to stand out. And I keep saying to her, just be proud of your height. And that brings me to thinking about when we're young children, if you're small, you want to be tall. If you're tall, you want to be small. And there's always things we want. Like I had my red hair, hated it when I was younger. It was a target for bullies. But now that I'm older, I wish I had my red hair. If you've got curly hair, you want straight hair. If you've got straight hair, you want curly hair. It's just so ridiculous when we're young. And then once we get older, we think, I wish I had that now. Anyway, the posture's good for you, and you have to feel really confident, and it just boosts your energy actually. Now, the mirror exercise, I think I have mentioned that in earlier videos, but the mirror exercise, I've talked about it before, and I can't stress enough that you should do this. When you look in the mirror, now the instinct is to go, oh no, I don't like my hair today, and oh, there's a spot there, and so you're looking more at your flaws. Everybody looks at their flaws. And of course, when I look, as I said, oh, my nose is too big, oh, I've got freckles, oh, I wish I had this. You need to look at what's beautiful about yourself. We all have something that's beautiful, and all you need to do is look at yourself as if you're looking at a child, or if you're looking at a loved one. You don't look at their flaws, you look beyond everything. And particularly these people you love within your family, you're not looking at them constantly, looking at what flaws they have. You just see the beauty. And when you see their outer beauty, it gives them an inner beauty, and you feel good about yourself. So I want you to look at yourself in a mirror and just look. It's like, remember the parrot? I think I talked about, I shared that on Facebook. The parrot that was tapping the mirror going, I love you, I love you. I mean, that's actually what we should be doing with ourselves. And people think, oh, this just sounds silly. But as again, you're alone, you're in a bathroom, or go somewhere with a mirror that you're alone, and just do that. And you can really feel good about yourself. Now, the other thing I think that looking for our strengths or the beauty within ourselves, again, it's another mirror exercise. I think we do find it difficult, and it's all about the next thing is about accepting compliments. Now, we're not very good at that. And I was on a train, and I don't particularly like my nose, but I now will focus on my eyes. And this was a stranger in a train. Don't get the wrong idea. It wasn't any beau of mine or a romantic liaison. It was a stranger. I sat down. I was looking out the window. And this lady said to me, you have beautiful eyes. And I thought, I have beautiful eyes. So we have to find something that we like about ourselves that is beautiful, and just focus on that. So that's one for me. I look in the mirror and I don't need to see what the bullies saw. I can ignore all of that, let it go. So when we're getting a compliment like that, now in the past, if somebody said that to me, I'd maybe be taken aback or go, oh, it's maybe my jacket's reflecting my colour of my eyes, and you get a bit flustered. Stop doing all of that. Accept compliments. You need to, when people says, oh, you're looking lovely today, just go, thank you. But the tendency is, oh, it must be my outfit. Oh, maybe the makeup. Oh, I've done my hair a different way. Just accept the compliment. So it's learn to say thank you. And then you feel good. They feel good. Now, I'm not a fashionista, but a bit of fashion advice. Colour. I love colours, and I do quite a lot of my exercises with colours. And you probably noticed that, in fact, I've got green today, but I do have a blue cardigan, navy blue cardigan, because the weather's got a wee bit colder. At least I feel it's a bit colder. It's grey, but it's not going to be a grey day because I'm going to do the beautiful garden meditation later. So wearing certain colours, wearing certain colours can make you feel happier. And if you're used to wearing black or grey, I suggest that you just have a scarf or something, because if you put a coloured scarf that lights up your face, it also lights up your mood. You really can feel the difference. And if you're I think the happy colour, they say, there's a lot of research around this, but happy colours tend to be also in the blue shades, so they can change your mood. You can feel calmer as well as happy. And if you've got kind of a warm toned skin, then the darker blues, the royal blues are good. And if you've got a cool, pale skin, then the kind of paler blues, the icy coloured blues. But try lots of colours and the one that suits you. I remember at my celebration of my son's life, I remember some older friends saying to me, because he would have wanted colours as well, loved them, and they said, oh no, we have to wear black. And I said, well, yes, but could you possibly just put a coloured scarf on, just to kind of celebrate what he would have wanted? So maybe even more fashion advice here, but I don't know if you've tried. I had a funny story I told, I think my Open University students will remember this, but it was about the Spanx episode. Now, I don't know if you know what Spanx are, but they're these pants or undergarments that hold you in. And I thought, right, I need to get all of the rolls of fat and get them pulled in. And I remember going to, I think it was one of the larger shops, and I said, now in my mind, I think I was years ago a size 10, maybe even an 8 at one point. And of course, in my mind, I'm still this, and I thought, well, I'm not quite, so we'll try a 12. So the lady brought me a 12. Couldn't even get it above the knees, tried all sorts of things. Then I said, look, can I have a size up? Well, we went up from a 14 to 16 to an 18. We got to a 20, and I managed to get this. I think I tried it always, managed to get it over my head and pulled it down a bit, and then I couldn't move. I'm on the floor, and of course I'm shouting, help, help. So the lady came in and she said, what is it? I said, I can't get this over my head. And she said, maybe we'll move. I said, no, I'm certainly not going up to a 26. Let's just forget it. And in any case, if you've ever had any of these things, you can pull something on and the rolls of flat just go elsewhere. So it doesn't really change your shape, I think, at all. I don't know. It might work for some people, but that gave people a laugh. So on that note, what I was thinking was that, when we try a size smaller, well, actually, you might think trying to pull yourself into this is going to make you feel good, but all it does is it kind of highlights that you're not really thin. So instead of having the good effect of, well, I've pulled myself in, so rather that, try and wear comfortable clothes, get a size that fits you, and try and be as elegant as you can, and not, I know that we have some wonderful sights here in Glasgow when the sun goes out and it's kind of a sun zoot taps off. That just means when the sun comes out, people take off their tops, into bikinis and things, not naked, but into bikinis. And of course, some of the people just, I think, shouldn't be in a bikini. But then, who am I to say? We're talking about inner beauty. So good on them if they've got the confidence enough to do that. Who am I to judge them? I just wouldn't have the confidence to do that. So again, it's kind of each to their own. Now, I said yesterday, I think, don't compare yourself to others. So you don't look at social media celebrities. You're not seeing the real people there. So I think that you need to just be comfortable with yourself. Support networks. Now, surround yourself with positive people. And what I mean by that is, don't surround yourself by people who criticise themselves. Because if they're criticising themselves, it's bringing everybody down, So another, I was thinking there, but not just support networks, but something physical. Light bulbs. I mean, I know we have the long energy ones now. Some of them give off this ghastly light it makes you look green and pale. You really look sick. And some of obviously the shops and things that have gone into changing the light bulbs within the toilet area and the area where you would look in a mirror. And I sometimes look and I think, oh my goodness, I look so grey today, I look ill. So if it's at home, try and have some area where you're looking at yourself in the mirror with a soft light. There's nothing better than soft, pretty lights, and it makes you feel better about yourself. And of course, smile. I mean, I say it and I say it again. A smile is free. So I want you all to smile just now. So how does it make you feel? So sitting up straight and smiling. I mean, research actually shows that it's research on facial expressions, and they find that the smile not only sort of lifts the muscles around the eyes and the lips, but it actually makes you look younger. And that's got the ripple effect. So if you are looking younger and you're smiling, it affects those round about you and they feel better. So you get a happy mood and a happy boost to your energy, and people smile back at you. Well, on that, some people I know, maybe it's just Glasgow or just Scotland, but you might get funny looks. I smile at everybody, but there has been maybe the odd, who are you smiling at? But I let that go. That's their problem, not mine. I still smile at everybody because the smile costs nothing, and if it lifts me and lifts someone else, that is fantastic. And then the old favourite of my ABC, my affirmations. So when you're smiling, I am happy. I am beautiful. It's a wonderful day. So any of these things, these are affirmations, your positive statements. And then breathe. Oh dear, breathing. Now, shallow breathing creates tension. That's that, and you're lifting your shoulders and the tendency, if you're panicking, you can breathe, much more quickly, and that just creates more tension, and it creates tension in the face, the throat and the shoulders. Everything tightens up. So you need to learn deep breathing, and that's people who do yoga, who do voice production, who do elocution, who do singing. They've all been taught that the proper breathing comes from the tummy area, the diaphragm. So your deep breathing is effective because it makes you look and feel more relaxed. So take a moment to breathe deeply. So we breathe in through the nose, hold, and then exhale. And really just you get that boost of energy within seconds. So coping with insecurity, I think just now, I think the problem just now is that the uncertainty, that there's no end. Often if we're something kind of negative happens, you tend to maybe they say, well, there's light at the end of the tunnel. At the moment, we're not sure about that. And I think uncertainty creates a lot of insecurity and it creates a lot of fears. And people get really hung up on the fear. So they spend their life worrying about their worries and stressing about their stress. And I mean, you're scared of failing sometimes even. You're scared of success. You're scared of everything. So it's a difficult one, but you need to change your mindset. It's the power. You need to embrace change and go, well, right, okay, changing times. So we need to look at what we're going to do and just take baby steps at what you can control. We can't control everything. So it needs to, you've got the choice there to go, well, do I live in fear or do I not? Do I do something that makes me feel better today? Just baby steps at a time, every minute. Some people might not like their marriage, but they're afraid to be alone. Some people might not like their job, but they don't know what else they can do or would do. So the funny thing is that no matter whether you don't like things, change happens all the time. Change happens within relationships, whether at work, whether at home, and it's your choice. So you can choose to step towards change rather than just sit back and be frightened of everything. It's natural to have a fear. I mean, I can get frightened as well. I'm not superhuman, but I need to think, right, wait a minute, what can I do to control, that's within my control, that I can take action. So what I was thinking was that we would do the changing seasons. Now, I put a list up on Facebook. I don't know if anybody chose. One person chose, and it was my daughter, but that was fabulous. And she said it's got to be the beautiful garden. So although I thought about the changing seasons, I'm going by, I did say choose, the first person who chooses is the one that I do the Mind Bites meditation on. And I think on a grey day like this, it's quite grey up here, but that doesn't matter because we can lift our spirits by just being thankful we're here and being grateful to everything all around us. Remember, some people actually like the rain. I mean, children love the rain, don't they? Love jumping in puddles and just enjoying splashing around. So maybe we should bring more of the child out in us and stop being a complainer. Like it's too hot, it's too dry, it's too wet, it's too cold. I mean, just stop complaining. So ditch the word it's this awful or it's can't. So we can't, there are things we can't control. We're going to age. We're going to get old. Some people get sick. I mean, sometimes we lose what's dear to us. I've lost my son. I can't do anything about that now, but I can do how I react to it and how I move forward. And he and any loved one you've lost would want you to move forward and not be in this depressive state forever. Then that's really, I think that to me, I'm trying to I suppose, celebrate his life by moving on and just making things different for myself and others. But the choice is yours. Do you live in fear and anger, or do you embrace life and all its changes? That's all I'm saying. And it's not easy to do, but there are these easy techniques, the A, the B, and the C. So we're going to finish today's daily video with the beautiful garden, which is a Mind Bites meditation. And this is about nature's beauty. So if we're sitting, I think, comfortably, but shoulders back and our feet on the ground, so we're grounded. And then I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose, hold, and then exhale. Now imagine yourself in a beautiful garden. Take a moment to admire all the flowers, their beauty, the glorious colours. Imagine all the different flowers, roses, lilies, daffodils, pansies, bluebells, your own favourite flower. Imagine how the colours blend together. Now choose a flower, your favourite flower. Take a moment to breathe in the scent. Admire the colour. Feel the softness of the petals. The beauty of nature is all around. Now take another deep breath in. Hold and exhale. Now breathe in again and breathe in the scent of the flower. Let the scent flow into your body. Let the beauty of nature fill your mind. Hold this in your mind. You are aware of the beauty and creativity of nature all around you. Now you can open your eyes and then we say the affirmation. I feel relaxed. I am calm. I feel balanced in body and mind. I feel wonderful. I feel awesome. I feel marvellous. And then we can just shake and stretch and yawn and just relax our bodies again. But you can take yourself in your mind to anywhere you want to be. So thank you to everybody who have shared their thoughts and shared things with me. I'm absolutely honoured and privileged to hear stories from people. I love the Irish contingent, my wonderful friend Dave, who posts up the positive messages each morning, along with others. There's lots of positivity out there, and at the moment, I hope you do too, my frog, my diddly squats. I'm surrounded by people who do physical exercises, and as I tell all of them, I'm following them in my mind. I do all these exercises in my mind, but I'm quite happy, like the frog, to lie back and do my diddly squats. So have a great day. If there's anything you'd like me to speak about, please private message me or send me a post, and I'll be delighted to talk on whatever subject you'd like me to talk about. Tomorrow is going to be Thrilling Thursday, so I don't know where that's going to take us, but enjoy today, and it's been lovely being with you all, and have a great day. Be positive. You are all wonderful. Okay, thank you. Bye.